I made $19,000 with my clothing brand in literally 2 weeks, and you can get the same exact results if you just follow my 100K brand outline. So this is how I made 19K in 2 weeks. Pretty much, it's really simple. There's 3 main sections. There's the basics, the foundations that every brand should have. Then there's the creatives. This is pretty much the stuff that you're going to use to run ads and grow your organic audience. And then there's the marketing. So the marketing is split into 2 parts: organic marketing, influencer marketing, and then the most important part, the Facebook ads and the email and SMS marketing. So let's just jump straight into it with the basics. Having a good niche and a wow factor is really important. So if you look at my brand, the niche that I chose is ATL streetwear, but just streetwear is not a good niche. You want to really get down to your customer. And I realized that there was a gap in the market. Not a lot of women were buying products for ATL streetwear. It was mostly guys, it was mostly dudes. So I thought about, let me make a product for a female, for a woman in the same niche. And it turned out to do really well. As you can see right off the bat, a brand I started less than a year ago, 7-8 months into the year, and then boom, I just went crazy right off the bat. So you want to make sure that you pick a very specific niche. I'm going to show you another really good niche pretty much right here. This is a faith niche, a religious niche. Pretty much it's, again, this brand started really recently. It's the religious niche. So I love Jesus, follow Jesus, and they took it and they mixed it with streetwear. So this is the most important part. When you're starting a clothing brand, you want to take 2 different niches and combine them. So it could be streetwear and anime, streetwear religion, streetwear and something else. I did streetwear, or specifically ATL streetwear and women. If you look at Project Capri, they started with the Young Thug tees, which really blew them up before they were doing streetwear, and it was streetwear mixed with hip hop and rap and all that stuff. So as you can see, this brand also started really recently. They're doing really good. They're growing really fast. They're already at 20K, which is honestly really impressive. They have good content. They have good products. As you can see, it's like bootleg tees just like this. I Pray, which is the eBay ripoff, Gap, Follow Jesus, and it did really well for them. And let's check out their website. The website's actually really nice, last I remember. Yeah, I mean, it's a simple website. It could be a bit better, but you know, they have good products, and yeah, they're definitely going crazy, just like I am with my brand right here. So the next thing I want to show you guys is actually how to make a high converting website and upsells. So once you have your good niche, you made your wow factor item, and wow factor item, by the way, is something that'll catch your eye right off the bat. You know, once you see it, you'll be intrigued with it, and if someone in that niche pretty much sees that item, they're going to instantly want to buy it and engage with it. So once you have that, you can set up your Shopify, and I suggest using a really clean, simple white theme. You don't want to have an enter page and a home page that lowers your conversion rate. That's completely useless. You pretty much want to make it as simple as possible for your customer to buy a product. They are like a 3-year-old child. You want them to buy immediately and go from your website to checkout to purchase as quick as possible, as simple as possible, and as easy as possible. So this is my website right here. I have the best sellers. And by the way, you want to look at your site in mobile, because actually mobile is 90% of the people that are going to be on your website. So desktop barely even matters. But right here, I have my best sellers. I'm showing them. Then I have new arrivals. Then I have just a collection of tees and zips. And then I have this FAQ section, which is insanely important. You cannot forget to do an FAQ, because without an FAQ, your customer will not trust you. They'll be wondering if your website is a scam, and they really won't be able to purchase with as much comfort as they would, for example, on my site. So I have an exchange policy, a return policy, the shipping times. Then I have updates. If they want to talk to me, this is where they can reach me at my email, all that stuff. Then I pretty much also have at the top of the website somebody wearing the item, because again, this builds comfort in your customer. They're more comfortable. They know that they'll get their item because other people are wearing it. Then I also have a terms page, which is really important, which just talks about the same stuff in the FAQ, but it's a lot more in depth. Now on my website, if you actually click onto a product, you'll see that there is another FAQ down here, again, to build comfort. Then I have like suggested products, recommended products, so maybe they'll want to buy 2 things instead of just 1, and then product details and a size chart. I cannot stress how important a size chart is. This will minimize returns, this will minimize exchanges, so you less shipping costs for you, because now your customer knows exactly how it fits, what size you have. And you could also say there's a size chart on your website whenever they ask like, how does this fit and stuff like that. So the next thing is an upsell. Upsells, insanely important. Upsells have made me so much money. And if you don't know what an upsell is, it's real simple. It's pretty much selling your customer another item when they're about to buy an item. So you can use Shopify apps to get this. There's a bunch of upsell apps if you just look it up in the Shopify app store. If you want mine, just book a call with me. We'll talk about how we can grow your brand. And if you don't want to grow your brand, I'll just tell you my upsell, whatever. But right here, as you can see, you're $50 away from free shipping. This makes them think like, okay, if I just buy another item, I'll save money. And then I'll have a bunch of these items at a 10% discount rate. So they'll be like, okay, so I bought this for $50. Now let me buy something else for example, the zip up. It's on sale, 10% off. I'm like, okay, I'll get 10% off and I'll get free shipping. So now your customer thinks they're saving money on the item and on the free shipping. But in reality, your customer now is buying 2 items and spending $108 instead of just spending $50 on your website plus shipping $3, $53. So you pretty much double your order amount, the amount of money you make, and you don't lose. I mean, you lose like a couple dollars, but in the end, you still win. So upsells are insanely important. You can't forget to have upsells. If you do, I'm sorry, bro, you're missing out. Install that shit ASAP. Now, the next thing you want to do is have a clean Instagram page. Again, this is just to build trust with your customers. So I'll show you what mine looks like, and I'll go over the creatives in a second. So there's flat, on body, and then there's white background. 3 different types of creatives you want to have on your Instagram page, and you can use these for ads, but we'll get into that a bit later. So as you can see right here, I have a bunch of on bodies, people wearing it, so it makes the customer feel more like you're a real brand, that you're not going to scam them, not going to take their money and then just, run away. So here's another one on body, reels. Reels are really good because they reach out to other audiences. When you post a picture, it really doesn't get that many views or likes. So, I mean, this one got almost 1,000, but reels just do better. Like, for example, this reel hit 30K when I only have 11,000 followers. So in reality, you want to spam reels once every day. I mostly focus on ads, so I don't do that as much, but soon I'm going to start posting a lot more content because organic is a great way to grow. Then another really important part is actually shipping updates. You want to have this as a highlight, especially if you do pre-orders. So it's like updates, and then it shows the production, and then it shows me shipping out the items, so they feel like they know, they're gonna get their item. They're not getting scammed here. Now I have an ambassador program, which I'll talk about a bit later, but then I have a highlight of the ambassadors, and then right here I have people unboxing their items, people putting on their items and tagging me. This is super important. Get ready with me, because now people think, okay, this legit brand, I'll get my item, all this stuff. It's just super important to build trust with your customers. So now that you have a clean Instagram page, you have all different types of creatives. Let's get into the fun stuff, actually the marketing. So there's 4 different types of marketing, right? 4 main ones: organic marketing, influencer marketing, Facebook ads, and then email and SMS marketing. So the first stage is just the simple stuff, the organic marketing and the influencer marketing, which is how I suggest every single brand starts off with. You can jump straight into ads, but you probably don't have the budget. So the easiest way to grow is with organic lifestyle stuff, and it's great for social proof. It's great for growing a little fan base, a strong audience. And then influencer marketing, it's a cheap way to grow really fast, and you get really high intent customers or people following your page. Because I recommend working with smaller creators, so 10, 20, 30,000 followers, instead of these dudes that have 1 million followers that are going to charge you thousands for a promo. Don't do that. Instead, work with small creators, 10, 20, 30,000 followers. Why? Well, because they have a really strong fan base. That's number 1. And number 2, you can most likely get a free promo if you just ship them out an item, just like this. Like this creator, she's a big TikTok. Her Instagram is kind of it's all right, but I got this content for free. She literally just wore my item. I reposted the video from TikTok onto Instagram, and it got 30,000 views. So, why not? It's completely worth it. You lose one piece, which will cost you $20-$30 to make, and you get 30,000 views. It's completely worth it. It definitely got me a couple hundred followers, so it was 100% worth it. Definitely got me a couple sales too. And a really good way to actually make influencers want to promote your items even more is by having an ambassador program. And as you can see, I have an ambassador program highlight right here. There's an app you can use called It's called Go Affiliate Pro. Again, if you want to talk about this with me, just book a call down below. We can talk about how we can grow your brand. But pretty much, as you can see, I've made $4,700 off of influencer marketing. I don't do it anymore, but when I used to, this was huge for me. It made me a lot of money, and I spent $400 on paying out these different partners and influencers that I have. Pretty much what I do is just give them a discount code that they can give out to their customers, and this incentivizes them to repost this on their story and say, go use this code, shop now, blah blah blah. And then the people go on my website, purchase, use that code, and then I give them 10% of the sale. So if, let's say, I get a $60 sale from one of their fans, I give them $6. So it's completely worth it. Why not do that? You're not losing anything, and you're just getting more fans, more promo for really, really cheap. Now let's talk about the main marketing, the Facebook and TikTok ads, and the email and SMS. So let's run over Facebook real quick. Facebook is amazing. Thank you, Meta. Thank you, Facebook. I love it. I spent 3.5K pretty much on this drop, and I made back, I think, around $12,350. So I 3.5x my money, which is okay. At first I was getting like a 6 ROAS, 8 ROAS, which is really, really high. Every dollar I'm putting in, I'm getting $6 back. That's what a ROAS is, return on investment. So for every dollar, you're getting X amount back. But I stopped testing creatives. So pretty much my ads experience something called ad fatigue. So whenever you are running the same ad for really long, eventually it's gonna, people are gonna get tired of seeing it. They won't purchase as much from it and it'll slow down, it'll go down. But still 3.5 ROAS is really good, especially if you're profitable. The ROAS doesn't really matter. It's more about the per purchase. So let's say on average, mine right here is $16 per purchase. I on average, let's see what my average order value is. So if I do all time, so my average order value is around $51, $60, something like that. So let's say it's $51, or actually let's see, July and August it was $56. That's when the drop was. So let's do $56. That's how much on average I sold per person. Then it cost me $16 to get a sale. So let's subtract 16. Then on average, let's see how much these cost me to make. I'll check right now. So the heavy tee shipped cost me $18, which is the most popular style. So right here, let's put $18 for production, which means that I'm getting, this is including shipping, I'm getting $22 per sale. So it's insanely profitable for me either way. I could even spend $25 for ads and it's still insanely profitable for me. I could actually run this a lot more, which I just realized. So maybe next drop I'm gonna run it up until my cost per purchase is like $25. So this is amazing. This is really good. You don't want to really worry about the ROAS. You want to worry about the cost per purchase. Now you might be wondering, well, how do I actually run my ads? Well, this is the exact way that I generated 19K or 12K from the ads with my brand. Pretty much, you want to be testing 5 to 10 creatives a week until you find a couple winners. And you might be thinking 5 to 10 creatives, that is an insane amount. Well, it is an insane amount of creatives. It's an insane amount of work. Well, you signed up for this, you want to be a brand owner, and maybe you could do a little less, but you can do like 3 to 5 creatives per week. But the more creatives you test out, the more likely you're going to hit a winner. So for example, as you can see, this is how many I tested out. I had a bunch right here until I hit a couple winners. So all these were pretty much winners. This one was a winner for $14 cost per purchase. This one was a winner. This one was a winner. And all these for $16 were all winners. $17, all winners. And what you do is test these creatives. You want to have a testing campaign just like this. I have a testing campaign and you just want to run it up. Throw in 3 to 5 creatives a week. Go out, record your friends wearing it, record reels of it on the floor, just a bunch of different content, and keep testing it. Eventually, you're going to find a winner. And what's a winner? Well, a winner is something that's actually profitable. So these, for example, $50 cost per purchase, not really profitable. $22 one, it's okay, not the most profitable for me, but the $16, $14 one are super profitable. I'm making over $20 per sale. So now that you found your winners, you want to create a new campaign, just like this. Create a new campaign, sales, continue. So you want to do an Advantage Plus campaign for your scaling. For your testing campaign, you want to do manual, and then you create this right here. And after that, you put that budget on that one to like 200, 300, whatever you can afford, whatever your maximum is. You pretty much spend a lot more on that one because the ads are going to do well. In your testing campaign, you're only going to spend like 20, 30, 40, $50 a day. And it's going to go through a bunch of different ads. So let's say you have 10 ads running at a time. It's going to spend $5 on each ad. That way you can like test them equally and see which ones do the best. And once you find your winners, for example, these 3 are winners, you click 3 of them, then you can click duplicate, and then you can click existing campaign and then put them into the scaling campaign. And now that these 3 ads are going to perform, you're going to run it up with those specific ads because they're all going to perform well, and you're going to be putting a lot more money into them. So now this is pretty much the exact formula that I use for Facebook to grow my ad account and actually spend a lot more money and make a lot more money. Now let's talk about email and SMS. So email SMS was huge for this drop. Email and SMS was really mostly the rest of the money. So I got 12K from Facebook ads. Email and SMS made me $6,000, I would say $5,000 off the drop. So let me show you guys right now. If we go to reports, so these are the flows right here. These are really important. If I do custom and do it from drop day 26 to August, I think it was like 16th when I ended it. So I made 1.5K from my campaigns. And from my flows, I made an additional 4.2K. So I made 5.7K off of emails and SMS. And I cannot stress how important it is to actually have these. If you don't have email or SMS, you're missing out on an insane amount of money. If you only have SMS, you're still missing out on an insane amount of money. And let me tell you exactly why. So I'm going to show you what the campaigns look like. The campaigns are really simple. So for the SMS campaign, it's something like this. Flash sale just went live. These items won't last long. Same week shipping, whatever. You want to keep it short because for every text, for every word that you put in, you're going to be charged a little bit more. So you want to keep it simple. You want to keep it straight to the point. You want to hype them up. and then you want to attach an image of the drop, just like this, something simple. You can do it a image of on body, whatever you want. I wanted to show off all the items, so I went with this one, and then that's pretty much it. Send it out. It's gonna make you a bunch of money. I sent this out today because I have a couple extra pieces in stock, and so far today it's already made me, let's reload the page. It's made me $886. This is completely organic, just off the SMS, no ads, nothing like that. Now the next thing is actually the email campaigns, which are also insanely important. Let me show you what they look like. They're really simple. You can create them in an app called Figma, which is a free app right here. Get it. You could use an online version of it, or you could download the app. I'll show you what some emails look like, for example. So these are my emails right here. It's still loading, but so these are my emails right here, just like this, real simple. You pretty much make a 600 wide image. You can make it as long as you want, and then you just add each individual part right here. You can make these in Photoshop, Canva, whatever you want, and then just throw it in there. Here's some other ones that I made for example, for Juvenile, for this other brand called Shmooey. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you some other ones. This is some other brands that I work for. Yeah, and they do really, really well. It's important to have emails as well. And let me show you what it looks like. So this one made me $277, which is okay. It's not amazing, but you know, it's still $277. So right here, summer drop out now, shop now. We got you a gift. Give them a little discount because these are for the VIP members, the ones that sign up for your email list. Then I add a couple images of the pieces again, and then check out our bundles. This is like something new that I added, so I wanted them to check it out. And then again, people wearing the items, so it seems more legit. As you can see, 15% of people click here, 10% of people click here, 10% here, 25% of people click here, and then 35 click here. So you want to have all these specific like different parts so they're more likely to click, which is really, really important. But yeah, that's all you want for campaigns. This will make you a decent amount of money. It's really important. And now let's talk about automation. So these are the 7 essential flows that every brand needs. If you don't have this, you're missing out. And if you want me to help you set them up, again, just book a call with me down below. We can talk about how we can grow your brand and set all this up. But pretty much right here, these are the 7 flows: a welcome flow, a product abandonment flow, order confirmation, abandoned cart, customer reactivation, and then abandoned checkout, order follow-up. And those are pretty much it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flows that are insanely important. And you might be wondering, well, what's so important about them? Well, first of all, check it out. The welcome flow made me $5,000. The product abandonment made me $1.4 thousand. And then the abandoned checkout made me $3.7 thousand. So obviously they're really important. And you might be wondering, what even is it? How do I use this? Well, have you ever seen a pop-up whenever you go on a website like, oh, we'll give you 10% off if you just like sign up right here, whatever, on a pop-up. And I'll show you what a pop-up on my website looks like. So if they go on my website, they'll like shop around a little bit. They'll see, oh, okay, maybe I want this. They go back, whatever. And then if you wait long enough, it's pretty much gonna show like, do you want 10% off? So like this, so pop-up, would you like 15% off your order? Click yes, and then boom, they'll enter their information, keep me up to date, then they join VIP, and boom, now they're gonna get this sequence of emails and text. So first of all, this one's for 10% off, but it doesn't matter, 10-15%. Go right here, welcome aboard. We're like, you know, we're glad to have you as VIP. Here's 10% off. And they get a discount code. Then they get a text, like a reminder, hey, you have 10% waiting in your inbox. And this literally made me 5.3K. So you really want to have this. You're gonna miss out if you don't have this. And I'll show you another one, for example, a product checkout value. And this is if they have an order over $100, they get 15% off. If they have an order under $100, they get 10% off. And right here, still deciding how to, you know, like if let's say they added something to their cart or their checkout and then they left, they'll get an email, hey, you know, what happened? We thought you were gonna buy, here's 15% off, you know, just so you get it before it sells out. And you pretty much convince them to buy the item at a discounted rate. And same with the 10% off one. You're like, hey, what happened? Complete your order. You know, you're gonna love this piece, stuff like that. And then this way you'll convince your customer to come back and make sure to purchase. Now, I'm not gonna run you through all these because it's gonna take a long time, but I'll tell you right here, you want to have abandoned checkout. You want to have product abandonment. Customer reactivation isn't as important. I've only made $40 from it, but that's because I do pre-orders. If you do pre-made, it's really important. Pretty much if they don't purchase anything after like 30, 60 days, you email them and it says like, hey, what happened? Like you used to buy, like, well, you know, convince them to come back. Like here's 10% off if you want to shop with us again. You know, we miss you. That's pretty much it. If you want to grow your brand, just go to the link down below. You can set up a call and I can help you make your first $10,000 with your brand. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.